Yo, what's good, y'all, man? It's your boy JP Productions, man, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, please be sure to hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe if you are new. If you haven't subscribed yet, man, you missing out, man. We the best channel on YouTube. We the best channel on YouTube, but you ain't subscribed yet. You just watching my video right now, and you're just judging me right there. How about this, buddy? You see that subscribe button? You see the red? Yeah. Click the subscribe button, okay? Do it for me. Do it for the gang, all right? Nah, but for real, man, we're going to be talking about what finger should you shoot the basketball off of, all right? Now, you have 4 different releases. You have your index finger, you have your middle finger, okay? I'm not pointing the finger. You have your split finger, which is your index and middle finger. Then you have all 5 fingers down, which is the cookie jar, right? You have 4 releases, okay? So, some of you guys may be like, which one should I do? We all have different preferences. I may like the middle. John over there might like the split. Casey over there might like the index. It all depends on the person, right? So, what you want to do is try out. So, if you're a beginner shooter, or if you're already an advanced shooter, but you're like, I kind of want to try something new. How do you try it out? Grab your basketball, go to the court, and start shooting. Now, I don't recommend going straight to the three-point line. I recommend shooting form shots first. Shoot those form shots first to get a feel of it. Then you can work your way back. So, form shots, free throws, high school 3, college 3, then NBA if you're, a shooter like that, Do that, okay? And then try out those 4 releases like I mentioned, the index, the middle, the split, and then the 4 fingers down. Try out whichever one works. Now don't shoot for one day and you might be cashed that one day. You're like, okay, this is my new release. Because the next day you might be trash. A lot of people are like, oh, JP, I did this and you told me to do this, it's not working. My guy, I just told you this yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. When it comes to trying different things like a release, give yourself a week, give yourself 2 weeks. Don't come back to me saying it's not working after one day. Not even one day, probably like 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. It takes time, okay? So try out whatever you do. And whatever finger that you do decide to choose and shoot with, I recommend you to put that finger in the middle of the basketball. So if you're an index finger shooter, your index finger is going to be in the middle of the basketball. If you're a middle finger shooter, your middle finger is going to be in the middle. If you're a split, you're going to have your index right here. You're going to have your middle right here. So the middle of the basketball is going to come right here, straight through. If you're 5 fingers down, hey, you can have your middle finger in the middle like that. You can do this. It's up to you, okay? It's all on your preference. We are all different. We all have different hand sizes. We all have different likes and dislikes. So you just got to go out there and try it out. Just because Steph Curry might do this don't mean it's going to work for you. You got to get that in your head, okay? Yes, some things may work for you, but other things won't work. So please get that in your head. Next, we're going to be talking about hand placement. Hand placement is very, very, very important, okay? And when it comes to your hand being under the ball, I'm going to get into that in a bit. But hand placement, this is for anybody, okay? This is for anybody. Your hands will always be straight on the ball, and I'm going to show you pictures as well. But your hands should be straight like this, okay? It's going to be straight like this. It's not going to be like this sideways. It's not going to be crooked. It's not going to be like this. That's impossible. You want some Michael Kidd-Gilchrist type shot. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. Your hands always want to be straight on the basketball, okay? Because straight is good, right? Look at this. I might have to go down for this. All right. Hands straight, right? And I go up. Notice where my hand's at. Look at my shooting hand right here. You see how it's straight, right? You see how it's straight? But let's just say I want to put my hand sideways on the ball, right? hand sideways. Now look. You see where my elbow is? You see where my like actual like shooting hand is? It's not even facing the camera. It's not pointing straight at the target, which means you're gonna have an inaccurate shot. And a lot of people out there, I see y'all's film. You guys send me your videos and stuff like that. Some of you guys' hands are like that. It's not straight like this. It's like that. So that's why whenever you shoot, you're flicking it away instead of flicking it at the rim, which you want it to be at the rim because the rim is the target. Correct? Okay, I just wanted to make sure you knew, all right? I know my man in the back probably don't know, but in all serious, man, like, be sure that your hand is always straight on the ball, never sideways, because the more sideways it is and crooked, the more your elbow is gonna flare, and the less accurate your shot's gonna be, okay? Because the target is right there. I'm pointing at the camera right now, okay? Is my shooting hand facing the camera? Yeah, it's facing the camera, but look at it. If I shoot it and release it, it's going that way. But let's say my hand is straight on the ball, straight like this, right? I go up, now look at it. It's facing the camera, it's straight. So if I flick it, it's going straight at your head. So that's something very, very important, guys. Be sure that your hand is always straight on the basketball. And the last thing is gonna be the shooting gap, okay? The shooting gap, and it is getting hot in my house right now. We're gonna fix that. But the shooting gap, okay? We got a lot of shooters out there. Some people like to shoot with the ball in their whole palm. Some people like to have it on their finger pads, okay? I said finger pads. I didn't say fingertips. I said finger pads, okay? So you're not gonna be like this. You're gonna be like this. The ball is on your finger pads, okay? So I've had people, there's footage of other shooters out there, even great shooters out there, that have their whole palm on the basketball, right? Then you'll have other great shooters that have just their finger pads on the basketball. You can see that gap. Which one should you do? I'm gonna keep it real with you, G. It's up to you. Do whatever feels good for you, but this is what I recommend, okay? I feel like, me personally, right? Whenever I hold the basketball and I keep it in my finger pads, I feel like I have more control whenever I shoot it. So whenever I'm shooting towards the rim, I feel like I have more control. Whenever I flick it, I have more control. But if it's in your palm, yes, you do have a bit of a control because it's just laying there. But if you, I guess you could say, don't shoot it correctly, it could easily kind of roll off of your hand and it might mess up your shot. Your accuracy will be bad. Because if it rolls off incorrect, there goes your chance on swishing that shot. So that's why I'm saying, like, do you, okay? If I were to teach somebody, I would say, yes, hold the ball with your finger pads. Don't palm it. But if you're that different shooter out there, if you're different, like some of these other guys, and it's okay to be different. But if you're that guy that likes to palm the basketball, I'm not gonna stop you. You can hit shots at a high consistent rate, no matter the situation, moving to the right, moving to the left. You could do that, I'm not stopping you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stopping you. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna conclude the video. And if you're still here, hey, you the GOAT, man. I really appreciate you, all right? Be sure you hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, and share the channel because we're the best basketball channel on the tube, man. Because we don't just talk about basketball, we talk about other things as well. Because in life, basketball is great, but it's not everything.